to the Sunday finale of Super Wild Card Weekend. Can't forget the Super. The Bengals, behind a Sam Hubbard 98-yard fumble return, beat the Ravens 24-17 in a game, and the only game of the weekend where the team with the least rushing yards won the game. Ravens outrushed the Bengals by 104 yards, 155 to 51.
Wow.
It was a great game plan by Harbaugh. But, like I said, as I started recapping it, the difference was the Sam Hubbard 98-yard fumble return when Huntley tried to jump over the line from the 2.5-yard line and got knocked out, and it was bounced around. Hubbard ends up into Hubbard's hands, and I don't know, maybe there could have been a block in the back at about the 30-yard line, but, like we like to say on this podcast, what the ref call? And it was there seems to be some disconnect. There seems to be some times aren't good in Baltimore, judging by some of the things that were said. The J.K. Dobbins comments after the game. It looked like Gus Edwards on that return. He just quit at about the Cincinnati 30. If he keeps running, he might have caught Hubbard. Who knows? But he didn't. And Baltimore goes into the offseason with a lot more questions than answers.
Well, and not, of course, Lamar is number one on everyone's mind there in Baltimore, but I think number two, they have to be sitting back like, can we get some more receiver help? I mean, because when Rashad Bateman goes down, who do they have? I mean, it's a problem when you have to re-sign Sammy Watkins towards the end of the year because it's not working out. He's not playing in Green Bay anymore, and it's a game I think where people in Baltimore are going to be shaking their head, and they're going to be saying, you know what, we should have won this game. We were the better team, and if Hundley maybe stays on his feet and doesn't jump, that's probably that's a walk-in touchdown, and the Ravens are up 24-7. And with the injuries to Cincinnati's offensive line, I don't know if the Bengals would have been able to go down and score. So, but that's going to upset a lot of people in Baltimore for a long time because that's a game that they probably let slip away.
Yep. But yeah, Huntley played for the most part a good game. I mean, they just kind of set it up to where he's not going to beat him. But the thing with the receivers is I can't remember who tweeted it out this year, but there was somebody that I think that used to play for Baltimore that said it. The reason why nobody wants to go to Baltimore is because they don't think they have a quarterback who can get them the ball. I also don't think Greg Roman's offense sets him up very nicely. I know it's a big running game, but they need to put Lamar under center more and let him roll out with play action and get out in space and get out on the edge. But they never have him go under center.
One is that just Greg being stubborn because he's kind of running this same Colin Kaepernick offense that he ran in San Francisco. A lot of shotgun, a lot of zone reads, RPOs there where they're not going under center and they're being stubborn because he's stuck in his ways and he thinks this offense is going to work. Because you got to wonder if there's going to be conversations to be had in Baltimore this offseason where if Lamar's people tell the Ravens, I definitely want to come back, but maybe I don't want to play for Greg Roman. And I understand he's on the franchise tag potentially, and there's nothing he can do, but it's going to be quite the entertaining offseason here in Baltimore.
I saw an interesting one today from who's the guy that goes on with PFT or with Paul Allen that we hate? NBC.
Florio.
He tweeted, say they signed the transition tag, I think is what it's called, where basically there's some tag where like, say someone offers him, they have so long to like match it. Baltimore does or whatever. But Dolphins wouldn't be able to offer him because they don't have a first round pick. So they actually can't offer him unless he waits until after the draft is over, then they can offer him.
I think you're right, Ethan. I think it is a transition tag.
I think it is, which is that's interesting. So, I mean, if he waits that long, you have to think.
And a Miami kid.
He's going to Miami.
Yeah, he's a Miami kid, with Tua's concussion history, you don't know how much longer he can play. That's interesting.
I still think it's dumb as hell, though. Even say he wants to go to Miami, and they put this transition tag on him and he signs with them. He should still get to decide which team he is going to go to. I think that's straight horseshit. That say Baltimore just wants to match it, he goes back to Baltimore. Like that to me, that's horseshit.
That's like a restricted free agent.
Yeah, I hate it. I think it's
yeah.
stupid.
Transition tag is a 1-year tender offer for the average of the top 10 salaries at the position, as opposed to the top 5 for the franchise tag. It guarantees the original club the right of first refusal to match any offer the player might receive from another club.
Yeah, it's some weird NFL thing that we don't see often. But with Lamar, he's not your normal, often NFL player. He's going to do things his own way because, if I'm not mistaken, he represents himself.
His mom does.
His mom does. That's right. Roquan represented himself with the contract he just got. So, and the fact that Lamar had to come out and physically say, hey, I'm trying to go to treatment every day and get better with my team and my brothers, but I just can't go out there. I feel like it's weird the fact that he had to defend himself and John Harbaugh and their GM didn't do it each week with these injury updates. So something's going on.
Yeah.
He's not happy there.
He's not happy there, and are they maybe not happy with him?
It could be. Yeah, I don't.
Seems like it. Possible.
There's something, and who knows if we'll ever find out. But the Bengals move on, and the questions arise for what could be a firework of an offseason for Baltimore. So.
Oh, without question, because Pittsburgh got better at the end of the year this year. Cincinnati's going to be Cincinnati. We'll see what Cleveland is with a full year of Deshaun Watson in the offseason and hiring Jim Schwartz to run that defense.
Defense is going to be better for sure with Jim Schwartz there.
Get Clowney out of there because he is a clown. AFC North is going to be interesting because everyone's getting better.